You are not going to believe what Charles Hoskinson just said about Bitcoin, about crypto in general. It's pretty interesting, very interesting. And we do have a big next 24 hours. Like tomorrow is probably the biggest news day, maybe of the year. We have the FOMC meeting. We have the White House releasing their crypto paper. We have Meta and Microsoft announcing earnings as well, two of the largest companies in the world. There's so much going on. There are more companies popping up buying crypto. We have drops in crypto today. Let's talk about all this. If you don't mind, hit subscribe. If you want to check out my Telegram, it's completely free. I'm posting 3 early access videos in the next hour or so. They will be coming to the channel, but you can see them early there. Also, if you haven't already signed up, check out BYDI underneath the video. We're running a free campaign right now where you can get up to $10,000 of XRP just for trading on the platform. You can get access to leverage on this exchange up to 100 or 200x. And if you think you've already signed up for me, but you're not sure, there have been some people that thought that they were signed up for me, and we found out that they just opened the app and then forgot to put in my code, or they went to the website and again didn't click the link or something. You can check out the Telegram. We have someone that works at/with BYDI, and he can double check that your UID is under me so you get access to these free campaigns. Very little effort, but you can check it out underneath the video. I have a message and an exclusive video there that explains what's happened and how to do this. It takes maybe 1 minute. So check that out underneath the video. As we can see, Bitcoin falling down a little bit today. Let's go over to CoinMarketCap. You can see altcoins are down even more. There's always a bit of a delay on CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin's down 0.4%, but Ethereum's down 1%. XRP's down 2%. BNB and Solana down 3% and 4%. SUI down 7%. So what exactly is happening? Well, we are seeing a bit of a Bitcoin dominance rally, just a tiny bit. We're also seeing the market just a little bit uncertain. Keep in mind, there are lots of big events happening over the next day. Tomorrow we'll know, is that Presidential Cryptocurrency Working Group talking about acquiring more crypto? Or are they just holding on to the crypto that they have right now? Are they talking about including altcoins? Because in the past, President Trump has tweeted social posted that he wanted to have XRP and Solana and other altcoins included in the strategic reserve. But they haven't talked about that in a while. So this isn't exactly what Trump will do, but this is what the working group is going to be considering and saying to Trump that should happen. So that's happening in 24 hours. We also have the Fed speaking, which will move traditional markets. We also have some of the biggest earnings of the earnings season happening today and tomorrow. Visa, Meta, Microsoft, Robinhood. These are some of the biggest companies in the world. Of course, on Thursday we have some more big earnings, but this is going to definitely move the market. So there could be a little bit of profit taking, a little bit of concern ahead of all these big events. However, we continue to see more and more entities buying. Jack Muller's 21 Capital adds 5,800 Bitcoin before planned listing. Now their total holdings will add up to 43,500. BitMine just bought another 58,224 not Bitcoin, Ethereum, worth 224 million. I actually showed kind of a exclusive video that Tom Lee shot yesterday. It was actually unlisted, meaning that you can't find it publicly unless you go through specific channels. I posted that on my video, in one of my videos yesterday. I'll put it on the end screen. But he goes through kind of the value of BitMine and what it's really worth right now. So I think thinks it's a bit undervalued, or it could do really well in the future. So if you want, I'll put that video on the end screen so you can check it out. 180 Life Sciences is going to raise $425 million to launch an ETH strategy and rebrand as ETHZilla. Okay, that's interesting. That's a fun name. More and more companies doing this every day. So yes, we're going to get some news tomorrow, White House and Jerome Powell, but just keep in mind the long-term companies and individuals continue to buy more and more Bitcoin. And the White House, even if they don't say that they're going to be acquiring more Bitcoin, they could decide on that in the future. The policy has changed so much on crypto over the last couple of years. Don't be surprised if it changes again, even if they don't seem super excited about buying crypto right now. Digital Asset News just showed what Charles Hoskinson said about this market. Let me play this for you, and then we'll talk about it.
There's a lot of disagreement is, do we still have 4-year cycles, right? And since you've been in the industry has run on the market cycles have run in these 4-year cycles, obviously. I'm curious if you think the 4-year cycle is still intact.
No, it's a different cycle. It's something different going on. And I don't even think we're close to the peak of the bull market. People have gotten so pessimistic and cynical that they're like, oh, the market's dead and we've ballooned. It's like, dude, clarity's not even passed yet. When clarity gets passed, the Mag 7 are going to enter the cryptocurrency space. You're going to have stable coins go above 1 to 2 trillion in issuance. You're going to have real world assets come in. The total market cap aggregate is going to be over 10 trillion. And so I call this the Giga Chad bull run. It's like the biggest bull run we've ever had. And when Bitcoin starts stalling, then the alts will pop. And so you're going to see great ratios that come from this whole thing. And it'll die off a little bit, but it's like every time you have these windows, you go to new all-time highs and then you stay at new all-time lows. And so it's no longer a 4-year cycle because it's not retail led anymore. It's more led by institutions and it's more led by massive investors. But simply put, there's just too much going on. The inventories on Bitcoin are too low. You got these DATs injecting gargantuan amounts of money into the market, and there's no way not to see a bull run. From all.
When do you think we hit? Wait, so what are we at today? 4 trillion, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at 4 trillion. When do you think we hit 10 trillion?
Before the end of the cycle, and I think the cycle will last throughout 2026 because clarity is going to be the catalyst. I think that really bootstraps it up. And the only reason why we haven't super taken off was that there was an irrational exuberance when Trump got elected, and then it didn't immediately pay off, and so people got a little crazy about it. And then the tariffs and all the macroeconomic stuff kind of shook the market a little bit. But people are starting to look at crypto as a counter-cyclic and as a hedge asset to the collapse of the U.S. dollar or to inflation or other such things.
I think Charles Hoskinson is oftentimes a bit eccentric or hot-headed, but I agree with most of what he says here. He's not saying that this time is necessarily different, right? He does a little bit, but he's not saying that we're going to pump forever. He says, he thinks we're going to move up through 2026 and then probably have a bear market is basically what he's getting at. So instead of a 4-year, maybe it turns into a 5-year because there's a big event happening. I'm always cautious about saying this time is different. I think it's smart to probably take profits along the way up and not try to time the exact top, but I agree. I don't think we're at the top. I could be wrong. That's why, I still have diversification outside of crypto, but I agree with a lot of what he says here. Let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. Do you think he's crazy for saying this? Do you think we're going to crash this year? Of course, I think we're going to see crashes in the future too, but I don't think it will necessarily be as deep as what we've seen in the past. I don't think we're going to see 75, 80% corrections regularly and not at the same time. Every cycle is slightly different. And right when you think you have it down, what's going to happen? It changes. So just don't bank on ever being completely correct. So that way you take profits along the way and buy the dips, right? When we're down at the bottom, and don't try to time the exact bottom either. Let me know your thoughts on all this. Again, I say you won't believe what Charles Hoskinson just said because a lot of people would not believe that we're going to have this Giga Chad cycle. I think he's right that a lot of us are scarred from the past and maybe are a bit pessimistic with everything that's happening in the background. Still a lot of good news coming. But again, let me know your thoughts. If you want to trade crypto, like I said, check out the link to BYDI. Now's the time to do it. Like, we're near all-time highs, but we've had a cool down period. We're consolidating. We have so much big news coming up. Check it out. You don't have to do anything like 100x leverage. Try 2x, 3x. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you understand the risks. But you can try that out today. Of course, you can check out BTCC or BitUnix as well. Or WEEX. There's special events going on at WEEX too. Thank you so much. I'll see you all soon. Bye. Oh, check out the Telegram too, just to get those free videos.